Who is the problem here? The problem is the players. Now, who knows where the players went? We all have been making fun over the last weekend about how social distancing rules don't seem to be followed in the dugouts after big moments, home runs, big hits, RBIs. There's a lot of hugging. There's a lot of high-fiving. It's hard to change those habits in the middle of a pandemic, especially when these guys have been playing baseball a certain way for as long as they've been playing. So, yeah, is it risky? 100% it is. And everybody knows that it is. And everybody knows that there's a potential for an outbreak on every team. That's why they have the taxi squads, because everybody is expecting that there is going to be a number of players that are going to come down sick. Now, I think, and I've said this since March, so I'm not changing the way I feel about this. This thing will not be shut down unless there is what I would consider a major outbreak. Now, some people would say 14 players or 14 Marlins between players and coaches is a major outbreak. I wouldn't say that. I would say that is a major outbreak for one team. It's not a major outbreak for baseball. But if somebody like a Dave Martinez does die from COVID-19 because of what, heart ailment he had and the surgery he went through last year, well, then I think we're going to have an issue. And then I think somebody's going to, the media will just come down hard on Rob Manfred and say, look, we can't be playing because, a life is way much too important compared to a sport. And that's what I think it's going to end up taking. As long as these players keep coming through this and, dealing with the COVID-19 and dealing with the symptoms of the COVID-19 and not having to go to the hospital, not having to be put on ventilators and not passing away, I think they're going to continue to fight through this. And this is also kind of like a Petri test tube, if you will, for football that's getting ready to get started now.
In a way, I think football's got more problems, but that's in a second because you said a lot there. Number one, the problem with all of this, and this is something we've discussed for weeks and weeks, whether you want to talk about protesting, COVID, politics, whatever the case may be, I don't know what's real and what's not real. I don't know what's true and what's not true. Different doctors have different opinions. You're telling me about certain doctors that say this is only going to get worse before it gets better. I'm reading doctors that say baseball has the proper protocols. This was bound to happen. They know what's going to go on going forward. Everything will be fine.
Again, you have to balance all of this with the greater good of society. One is wear a mask, do the best you can, and try to keep yourself as safe as you possibly can. Be personally responsible. That's a good way to start. I don't know if these players for the Marlins were personally responsible. Did they get on an airplane and catch it on the airplane? Did they go out to dinner? Were they doing things away from the ballpark when they shouldn't have been doing it? They should have been in their hotel room. Did they catch it at the hotel? Did they catch it in a cab or a bus going to the hotel?
Right.
I'm sure all of that stuff is being investigated right now by the contact tracers.